Corruption is the enemy of development and of good governance, and we must strive hard to get rid of it. Let us join the EFCC in its crusade to rid Nigeria of corruption. My name is Aisha Muhammad. Welcome to another episode of The Eagle.
Imagine a society where everything works. Durable road networks, stable electricity supply, portable water, well-equipped and functional healthcare facilities, quality education for all, affordable housing schemes, social security benefits, job creation, and a lot more that makes life comfortable to live. That is an ideal society. We can only achieve these if we all play our part. Say no to corruption to enjoy these benefits. Kill corruption to save Nigeria. This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
On the program today, EFCC arraigns Malabo Oil, 6 others for $1 billion fraud. Magu gets Ghanaian Lifetime Award. Court moves to revoke Sheikh Hussani's bail. EFCC docks 2 Indians for alleged illegal oil deal. We will be giving you this and more right after this timeout. Please stay tuned. Ghana's Chartered Institute of Public Resources Management and Politics, CIPRM&P, has honored the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Mustafa Magu, with a prestigious Lifetime Recognition Award. In the same breath, he was inducted into the Institute's Hall of Fame in a ceremony performed by the Executive Director, West African Region of the Institute, Dr. Richard Koko Akwati, along with the Institute's Vice President, Dr. Tom Ohere. Martha Eche tells us more about this and another report.
The Executive Director, West African Region of Ghana's Chartered Institute of Public Resources Management and Politics, CIPRM&P, Koko Akwati, during the event disclosed that the institute carried out a 3-year intensive research on Magu's integrity in public service and found him outstanding, hence the conferment of the award on him and his induction into the institute's Hall of Fame. He said Magu's vast managerial skills and administrative capabilities in fostering international synergy towards fighting money laundering and other economic and financial crimes, coupled with the fact that he has always been synonymous with fighting corruption, made the institute to honor him. Akwate further noted that the anti-graft czar has never been found wanting for either misappropriation of funds or indiscipline in the previous offices he has held.
As a result of your deep sense of patriotism to your fatherland, this institute also admires your courage in being confrontational with bad leadership elements, taking dangerous risks in line of duty, coupled with your landmark fights to eradicate the notion of the mighty and untouchables in Nigeria. By gallantly stepping on toes and tactically recovering looted public funds back to the national treasury. We admire your staunch advocacy for transparency, forthrightness, and accountability in leadership and governance. Sir, your impressive, excellent, enviable, and incorruptible landmark of accomplishments in asset recovery management has been recognized by this international institute. We are very proud of your exemplary leadership integrity and uncommon professional track records, which is indeed very phenomenal in Nigeria and also on the global stage.
Responding, Magu thanked the CIPRM&P delegation for the award and induction into the 2020 Hall of Fame of the Institute, noting that the award came at the right time, when corruption was fiercely fighting back. He said that the award would go a long way in showing the world that no amount of blackmail will diminish his zeal in the fight against corruption. Magu also expressed determination to continue to expose and prosecute looters, stressing that he would never back down on the fight.
Falsehood will never prevail on trust. So that's why trust is constant. This is a time that corruption is hitting back. A lot of falsehoods are being carried around. And those falsehoods are induced, looters induce, yes, specifically. You discover people have dedicated radio station, dedicated TV station, and all we do here, we do it transparently.
In another development, the Nigeria Youth Advocacy for Good Governance Initiative, NYAGI, has described the acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Mustapha Magu, as an icon of humanitarian services and role model to Nigerian youths. The group made the description in Abuja while presenting a Golden Role Model Award to the acting chairman at the corporate headquarters of the EFCC. The coordinator of the group, Akim Abiodun, who made the presentation to Magu, lauded his dogged spirit in the fight against corruption and noted that the group, after conducting extensive survey of his inspiring and enthralling track records, considered him worthy of the award.
And also when it comes to corruption, it is not the fight of the chairman alone. It is the fight of the parents, it is the fight of religious leaders, it is the fight of youths, it is the fight of every person that belongs to that nation. And the chairman took it upon himself with the support, because they said a tree cannot make a forest. He has his capacity directors who are so supportive at all times. That is why a lot of records is recorded so far. And a lot of achievements is recorded so far. And sir, we are not surprised you have received several awards. This is not the first, this is not the most precious, but the fact still remains, for the sake of posterity, for the Nigerian youth advocacy for good governance. That is why we said we have to come down to ensure that we also give out our Golden Role Model Award.
In his response, the acting corruption czar expressed appreciation to the group's initiative, urging them to continue in its advocacy for good governance and promised to continue to spearhead the fight against corruption in order to give youths a better future. Magu also noted that the current happenings in the country and around the world, such as banditry, insurgency, pestilence and unemployment, were artificial and end results of corruption. He encouraged the group to stay in touch with the EFCC and contribute its quota in waging war against corruption and economic crimes.
On behalf of the management and staff of the EFCC, because it's not for me alone, it's the collective this thing that gives us the good, the bad, and the ugly. And particularly this thing is coming. You know, we, like you say, it's the most challenging work. We fight corruption for the youth, for the betterment of the vote, for the benefit of the future generation. So you are the one who are supposed to carry the fight against corruption, who is supposed to own the fight against corruption. So I congratulate you for bringing yourself together. And I want you to not only take ownership, but also to educate, to sensitize, to create awareness that corruption is wrong.
The Nigerian Youth Advocacy for Good Governance Initiative, NYAGI, is a youth organization in the vanguard for good governance. The group is involved in various advocacy programs ranging from peace talks, campaigns against election violence, gender-based violence, and advocating for good governance, amongst others. Martha Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
Ace broadcaster and former Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), Lelad Bako, has commended the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Mustapha Magu, for his fighting spirit and unwavering boldness in plying his job, adding that EFCC under his leadership is effective, functional, and working. Bako gave the commendation at the EFCC headquarters while on a courtesy visit to the commission. Abbas Abubakar Umar tells us more on this.
The ace broadcaster, who went down memory lane to the formative years of the EFCC, said that in the last 5 years, the leadership of Magu has been great and unprecedented in asset recovery, prosecution and conviction of very highly exposed persons in the country who were hitherto untouchable. Bako scored the leadership style of Magu high, stressing that the EFCC boss has become a role model to Nigerian youth and further a figure in terms of transparency, integrity and diligence. He added that with the doggedness of Magu, the Nigeria project can work again and better.
Mr. Chairman, two things brought us here. The NBC has noticed how much work you have put in as a person. And for you to have taken this job as seriously as it has been taken is a major sign of what Nigerians can do. You have proven that people should and learn to work 24 hours. People should and learn to work without their brother or in-laws getting involved in the work or favoring them. You have proven that so many things are possible in this country. A lot of people would always want to bring you down. And nobody goes to kick a corpse because the corpse is a corpse. You don't kick a corpse because there's nothing to kick. So when people try to pull you down, it's simply because there's something that you are doing that is not in their favor. So I want to commend you for all that. The National Broadcasting Commission is short of equipment, short of funds, short of money to build offices in the states. We have offices in 24 states. We're looking for additional offices in 12 states. So we're desperately looking for money from government. We're looking for anything we can get. The way it is expanding, we know that the structures we have now will not accommodate us very well enough. So we're looking for a way to try to see if there are any properties that we can loan from, even if it means paying whatever, but we want to be able to acquire the gesture you give to Voice of Nigeria. We commend you. It has never happened in this country.
Bako frowned at media attacks on Magu and called for responsible reportage of the activities of the EFCC. In his response, Magu reiterated his commitment and determination to remain focused in spite of campaign of calumny and distraction promising to cripple corruption in the interests of the future of every Nigerian. He expressed delight with the activities of the ace broadcaster, adding that his visit has added credence to the integrity and transparency of the EFCC activities. He also noted that the fight against corruption was gradually changing people's attitude for better, stressing that the trend against graft has moved on and nothing can stop it.
No matter the level of corruption fight back, the trend has already moved. It has left the station. You know, if you stand it, it's just like a moving train. We have no apology to anybody. We have no apology any corrupt practices. I'm telling you, we are going out very seriously against anybody, because this is if God has destined that this is what we should contribute in the growth of our country, I think so be it. We are determined, sir. We are willing to collaborate with you But it is in our own interest to collaborate with the office. And whichever zonal office you want to open, we will look around. If you have a property that has been finally committed to federal government, we will recommend.
Bas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
Justice I.E. Eko of the Federal High Court Abuja has stated that he would revoke the bail granted Senator Shehu Sani if he fails to appear in court on the next adjourned date. At the resumed trial of the case, Defense Counsel A.A. Ibrahim S.A.N. informed the court that the defendant was not in court because his neighbor just died of COVID-19, following which the Kaduna State government placed a movement restriction in the areas. Abbas has the details on this report, but before he gives us this, he will be giving us an update on the arraignment of Malabo Oil, 6 others over a $1 billion fraud. Over to you, Abbas.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arraigned Malabo Oil and Gas Limited, 6 other firms and an Abuja-based businessman, Aliyu Abubakar, before a federal high court sitting in Abuja. The defendants were arraigned on 48-count charges bordering on alleged fraudulent dealings in relation to the controversial oil block OPL 245. A total sum of $1 billion and 673 million naira are involved in the alleged money laundering offenses. Other defendants in the cases are A Group Construction Company Limited, Rocky Top Resources Limited, Mega Tech Engineering Limited, Novel Properties and Development Company Limited, Carlin International Nigeria Limited. The defendant pleaded not guilty when the charges were read to them. EFCC counsel Bala Sanga did not oppose bail for the defendant. Defense counsel Akin Olujinmi SAN commended the EFCC for adopting an earlier bail granted his client. Justice Iyank Eko acceded to Olujinmi's request and adjourned till September 7 for trial. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is prosecuting Shehu Sani on 2-count criminal charges bordering on name-dropping and obtaining the sum of 25,000 United States dollars from Alhaji Sani Dauda of ASD Motors Kaduna under a false pretense that he will use the sum to bribe the acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, to shield Dauda from EFCC's investigation, prompt the commission to arrest and prosecute one Abubakar Musa, who is having an issue with Dauda. At the resumed trial, defense counsel A.A. Ibrahim S.A.N. informed the court that the defendant was not in court because his neighbor just died of COVID-19, following which the Kaduna State government placed movement restriction in the area. In the circumstance, he said, they are pleading with the court to give another date. Prosecuting counsel Abba Muhammad, who objected to the motion for adjournment, informed the court that he had 2 witnesses in court and one of them came from the same Kaduna Shehu Sani complained about. Justice Eko thereafter adjourned the case till July 6, 7, 8 and 9, 2020 for continuation of trial. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagle.
The EFCC Lagos Zonal Office has arraigned 2 Indians, Sahil Sharman and Pranjal Singh, before Justice Ruwan Aikawa of the Federal High Court Ikoyi Lagos for offences bordering on alleged illegal dealing in petroleum products. Here are the details.
31-year-old Sharma and 20-year-old Singh were arraigned separately after they were arrested by officers of the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Nguru aboard a vessel MV Bounce containing 45.9 metric tons of AGO on January 31, 2020. The defendants were subsequently handed over to the EFCC for further investigation and prosecution. The defendants pleaded not guilty to the charges preferred against them. In view of their pleas, Prosecution Counsel Abbas Mohammed prayed the court for a trial date to enable the prosecution prove its case against them. Defense counsel Nelson Otaji, however, told the court that bail applications for the defendants had been filed and were before the court, and further pleaded that the defendants be remanded in the custody of the EFCC pending the hearing of their bail applications. In his response, Mohammed told the court that he just got the applications for bail and would therefore need time to file counter affidavits. Mohammed further told the court that the defendants would be tested for COVID-19 as part of the requirements for them to be taken into the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCS. After listening to both parties, Justice Aikawa adjourned until October 15, 2020 for trial and also fixed a date in July 2020 for hearing of the bail applications, while granting the application for them to be remanded in the EFCC custody in the interim. Martha Eche for the Eagle.
Well, before we end the program, we always have messages coming to you in different forms, just so we are on the same page of bringing an end to corruption for a better Niger. Enjoy this musical interlude with the message, MAGA no need pay. Stay away from cybercrime. And please, listen to them. MAGA definitely doesn't need pay. Enjoy.
MAGA no need pay. For me to buy correct photo, for me to make money, MAGA no need pay. MAGA no need pay.
Reminiscing as I walk to my car, thinking about how we used to be. Forever I did ride Okada, and most times I did so carry. I wanted to change the way I live, but I didn't have to do those things. Now I'm ruling VIP, and all the girls wanna be like me. Yeah. You ask me how I deal with my reality. Gotta tell you truly, it ain't easy now. I feel the pressure to find something wrong to do. Then I remember you reap what you sow. Now I'm sitting staring at the screen of my computer, thinking really hard about what truly matters. What's with all this data? Just to catch a MAGA, he could have been my father or someone else's brother.
For me to buy correct photo, for me to make money, MAGA no need pay. No need for me to go cafe, I hustle hard to make my pay. MAGA no need pay. No need to do yahoo yahoo, to do yahoo yahoo. MAGA no need pay. MAGA no need pay. 7 in the morning, it's a brand new day. I still swollen, still at the cafe, hustling real hard from Sunday to Sunday, hoping someday that MAGA will pay. But MAGA no need pay for me to live correct. They call me Mr. Capable, I got my self-respect. No need to do yahoo yahoo for me to cash a check. I don't need no MAGA, just work hard and
Tell me what a boy like me should do. That I heard the guys do yahoo yahoo. And if I do not do it, I'm uncool. I would be a fool to the girls in school. But MAGA no need pay to get a good degree. You'll have a great opportunity. Don't have to hack and attack. Make use of CD cracks. We keep it original. Now you know my swag.
For me to buy correct photo, for me to make money, MAGA no need pay. No need for me to go cafe, I hustle hard to make my pay. MAGA no need pay. No need to do yahoo yahoo, to do yahoo yahoo. MAGA no need pay. MAGA no need pay.
MAGA definitely doesn't need pay. Hard work pays. And that's how we wrap today's episode of The Eagle. You too can be part of this program by sending your inquiries and suggestions to The Eagle at efccnigeria.org or follow us on all our social media platforms at Official EFCC. You can also send your petitions to info@efccnigeria.org or speak with our representatives on all our platforms. They will be there to listen to you. Don't forget, integrity, transparency, and the fight against corruption have to be part of the culture. They have to be taught as fundamental values. So let's all do our part by doing the right thing, always. My name is Aisha Muhammad, and from all of us here, we say goodbye God bless Nigeria, and please do stay safe.